Okay, well, thanks very much, Bogdan. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Walker, and I'm a lecturer in computer science at the University of Plymouth. I'm going to talk to you in the next 20 minutes or so about our new MSc in Artificial Intelligence. So I hope you can see the slides, and I'll start off. So I'm a lecturer in computer science, as I say. I've been at Plymouth for 3 years now, and I'm the subject specialist for the new MSc AI. So that means I'm in charge of making sure that it's all running smoothly and making sure that all the content that you're taught is appropriate. I teach across all of our computing degrees, and I'm interested in various bits of AI, including of computing, including AI, web technology, and software development. So I have fingers in quite a few pies throughout the computing suite. Why would you want to study artificial intelligence? AI, I think, is one of the really biggest up-and-coming areas in computing at the moment, and has been for a while now. I think you have governments around the world who are extremely keen on artificial intelligence, on AI. So the UK government in 2017, which is a couple of years back now, published a document stating the grand challenges for moving the country forward as a strategy, and one of the four main things they identified was AI as a technology. The White House in America recently concluded a similar piece of work, and they published a similar document, and they highlighted all the areas where they're lacking in AI. And one of the key things that they identified there was the number of people that can undertake skilled AI work. Governments all over the world are doing this. So there's two examples that I can easily quote, but all governments are doing this. They're all looking at how can we take what we do with our economy, with our industry, and how we run our society, and how can we include AI in that to make things better, to make things more profitable, make life better for our citizens. And as such, all over the world, there are opportunities for AI. It's a key part of the fourth industrial revolution. So at the moment, industry is becoming much more dependent on AI. And again, that means that the more dependent they become on AI, the more they need artificial intelligence specialists to undertake roles within their organizations. That means that there's potential here to do a course in AI, spend a year doing some AI here at Plymouth with us, and then to go literally anywhere you want. You can go anywhere you want globally. You can work in any sector of society that you want to work in. So it really is a course that opens an awful lot of doors, and is something that, no matter what your interest, there's a way that you can apply AI to it. If I asked everyone on the call to name something they're interested in doing in their career, I could probably reasonably quickly come up with an AI spin to put on it. And that's a very exciting opportunity for you to tailor what you love doing around something that's highly employable and highly important for society going forward. The programme will give you a wide range of AI concepts and give you some deep knowledge of its underlying technology. So AI is a very big topic. I'm currently teaching a module on AI for our undergraduates, and it's a very, very high-level skim over some topics because there's so much of it, and it's impossible to go into depth. That's what an MSc is for. So this is a technical master's. You come in and we'll do some overview topics with you. So we will, in each semester, I've got more on this shortly, but in each semester you'll have a module that's designed to give you an overview of a particular area. So in one of the semesters, that's robotics, and you'll spend some time learning about how AI and robotics work together. And then in the other semester, you'll look at the societal impact of AI. Alongside those modules, you'll do deep technical modules. So you'll be learning how the AI technology actually works. So you'll do a module, for example, on machine learning, find out how modern machine learning tools work and how you can use them to solve problems. You'll be able to build and architect AI tools to address real-world problems. So very important in the design of this master's is that you have the tools themselves, but I'm very keen that we concentrate also on what the tools are doing, how that affects society, and how they can be used to solve real world problems. So if you're interested in trying to solve world hunger with an AI tool, then that's something we can look at doing. We'll be looking at the computing business and ethical issues relating to AI. So we're creating very new technologies here, and many people working in AI are trying to make things that would be sort of seen as being alive. And there are very, very important ethical questions around whether we should be doing that, what that means for society, and how it should be regulated, to name a few. And we'll look at those issues. So that's something that's very important to me. You go away with a very strong, sound technical understanding, but you also go away with a strong societal sense about how this can be safely and ethically used. The idea is that you graduate from this course, and then you go off and you have a range of pathways open to you. Broadly, you can go off and get a job industrially. You can get a job working for a company that builds AI. You might want to go and work in a company that uses an AI, that's a consumer of AI, that needs someone as a specialist to maybe add AI to their existing product suite, or to show them how they might innovate what they already do using those technologies. You may decide that you think, actually, research is really interesting. I want to be at the forefront of knowledge creation in AI, and actually I'd love to do a PhD or something, in the way that Luciana mentioned just now. So this course will prime you for both. So there is a very industrial feel to it, because we're engaging with industry. We're bringing in industry advisors to help with the delivery of some of the modules, and also with the dissertation project you'll do at the end. It's also a very academic topic, so we've achieved a blend of the two. So your dissertation, you'll solve an academic problem in the AI world. So you'll be well prepared for further study or further opportunities in the career world. So here's the actual structure of the program. So it's split, as you can see, into 3 semesters. Semester 1 is taught in the autumn. That's got 3 modules in it. So you'll learn about machine learning. You'll learn about how robotics affects AI, and vice versa. And you'll learn about big data and social network visualization. So big data is something that really the recent AI revolution could not have happened without. The reason that machine learning has taken off in the way that it has in the last few years is because of 2 things. It's because, first of all, we have GPUs. My laptop here has GPUs built into it, so we can process large amounts of data very, very efficiently, which we couldn't do before, which we can use to build machine learning models. The other thing that we have is a massive corpus of data. So we have the internet, and the internet in the last 10 years, with social media, with the way that people use search engines, with a range of different applications, has brought together massive data sets that can be used to train machine learning, to teach computing tools how to classify images, for example, or to spot malware on a computer network. We couldn't do all of this without big data, so it's vital that you have an understanding of how big data works as well. In semester 2, which is sort of now in the calendar, we're coming to the end of semester 2, you'll do 3 modules again. So you'll do computational intelligence. So a big problem in AI is how you do search and optimization, and you'll learn about that there. You'll learn about the societal impact of AI, and I've talked about that. We'll also have guest lectures there from industrial representatives, so people who use AI commercially, and also from other researchers in the university who do that. So, for example, I'm hoping to have someone from the health faculty here come and talk to us about how AI is useful in the health world, and is revolutionizing health, and has done certainly in the last year with the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll also have artificial vision and deep learning. So computer vision is a sort of classic problem in AI. When people sat down in the 1950s and invented this term AI, and decided what bits were going to go into it, one of the things that they said was, well, we can see as humans, we can see with our eyes and interpret the world around us. And the original plan was actually to have a summer project in 1956 that would solve computer vision, and it did not happen, and it's still an open problem. So we'll teach you about computer vision and show you what the state of the art in how that works is. In semester 3, which is over the summer, you'll undertake a dissertation. So you pick a topic and you'll be assigned a supervisor and you undertake a piece of academic research excuse me, in an AI area. So that's a self-chosen project. You can propose the topic yourself, and that's really encouraged, or you can pick a topic from a supervisor that you'd like to work with that you find interesting. That's a third of your whole master's, so it's a really important thing to pick well and to really engage with them, and it's a very exciting part of a master's. I think it's probably my favourite part. It's a great opportunity. Course highlights, we have very strong industrial input, as I've already said. This ensures that our graduates are highly employable when they graduate. We've designed the modules in such a way that you can customize them to the sector that you want to work in. And that means that you can if you're interested in health, you can be doing some machine learning work, for example, and do your coursework with a health data set. You might find that you're interested in something from within the cybersecurity sphere, and you might be able to, or you would be able to potentially do your coursework around that. So we'll teach you the underlying data, and we'll then you'll be able to customize it to organize your studies around it. We are partnering with Microsoft to deliver the Microsoft Learn framework. So that is something we're trialing now with our undergraduates, who are learning AI. And our undergraduates are able to then undertake certification, a professional certification in AI. And that's something that we're going to be using on this degree as well. So you'll be able to leave the course with a professional certification in AI, which will add great value to your CV. We are active researchers in AI at Plymouth, so we are all involved in pushing the knowledge frontier forward in AI, and that's something that leaks into our teaching. So you will be taught the cutting edge of what's possible, and when you do your dissertation, you'll be able then to work on that with us and help us push those frontiers forward, which is a really exciting opportunity, something you don't get to really do in an undergraduate course. And we have state-of-the-art facilities. Our computing labs have all been refurbished in the last a year or so, I suppose, and they are sitting there waiting to be used. We've been unable to use them pretty much since that was done, so we're excited to get students into that. And we have state-of-the-art robotic suites as well, for example. So there's lots of opportunities for you to use some great technology and facilities to help with your studies. So I've mentioned our research. Our research is organised into centres at the university, and ours is hosted in the Centre for Robotics and Neural Systems. And we conduct world-leading research in AI and robotics. We do highly collaborative work, so we collaborate with academics across a variety of fields. So I'm working at the moment with mathematicians, engineers, some network colleagues on a range of different AI problems, and working at how we can, health as well, working at how we can bring AI to really improve what they're doing and make a contribution. And as I said, this is something that you can work with us on during your dissertation. How are you taught? Each module, so you have 3 modules per semester. Each of those has roughly 12 hours a week. So it's a full-time commitment. It's about a 36-hour commitment on average each week. You're assessed by coursework in the main. So most of your assessments are coursework based. That's because within computing we have the ethos of authentic assessment. So when you go off and get a job, you're not going to be doing exams. You're going to be producing things. You're going to be doing project work. And for the most part, we want you to be doing that with us so that you are used to doing that, and you've demonstrated to employers that you can do that. There are some practice elements. So a practice element might be a demonstration or a talk, short presentation, and you do that with, in the case of a demonstration, possibly an academic or in front of your lecturer and perhaps some students if it's a presentation. There are a couple of exams, but not many. I think they are on the robotics modules, so 2 exams. We provide access to a range of learning materials, so state-of-the-art materials for each module that's produced in-house. You have access also to some extra material through things such as Microsoft Learn, and we have access to a subscription to things like LinkedIn Learning. So lots of ways that you can gain access to resources that support your learning. We have an outstanding library, and it has a wide range of resources there that can help: subscriptions to journals, conference proceedings, ebooks, for example, and that's all open to you as a student. And I've also mentioned the specialist labs and software. We provide all of the software that you need, and wherever possible, we use open source software so that it's free for you to access and to use. If it's something that's not open source, then we provide it for you. So that's a swift run through of the MSc in Artificial Intelligence. I really hope you'll consider studying it. It's a really exciting degree program, and we're very much hoping to see you in September. So thank you very much. Happy to take questions if there are any questions. So someone's asked what background knowledge would be necessary to continue in this field. Is there a specific programming language that you should be an expert in? So some experience of programming is necessary to undertake this course. If you haven't ever programmed before, then you need to know how to do some programming, and we'll look at, in the case that you haven't done any, we'll look at upskilling you when you arrive. In terms of which language, it's a very difficult question to answer. A lot of the AI work that I use, I use Python, and that's quite common in the field because of the various tools and frameworks that it provides. If you've programmed at all, you'll be fine. If you're looking to pick up a language that's useful for the course, then I would recommend Python. You could also learn R or MATLAB. You may touch those occasionally, but mostly I think it'll be Python. You've also said, if you don't mind me saying what you said, that it's a really exciting field, and I'm glad you think so. It is a really exciting field, and I think it's one that's got fantastic job prospects and money going forward. AI is only going to get bigger, so now is the time to get in on it before everyone else does.